The duck?
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Duck
And how long do you think it'll take before it can get on the ocean? You say you have to wait for it to be big enough.
I think we could go again, but we don't have to be on calm days. But to be able to take the weather in its
Maybe 6 months or more?
It depends on how well people get involved, because if I do it alone it takes a lot longer.
Oh yeah, right.
If I do it with the help of donations of wood or whatever, and help people actually helping, then we could do it a heck of a lot quicker. But you can't do it too quick because nature has got to actually have its part.
Yeah, nature's got to do. Right.
So it's actually best to do it slowly.
Yeah.
So if there's bad weather, you'd have to have it sheltered. You couldn't
Well,
take bad weather.
Not the ocean.
yeah, well it
Not on
could.
the ocean.
No, it could when it's big enough. For instance, I'm going to make it an oval at the moment. It's like an egg-shaped sort of thing at the moment. Just wide at the front and an oval at the back. What we're going to do now is, let me show you the end of the beach, the end of the spiral, okay?
Working hard, man. Get a picture of him. Get a picture of him.
Marcella?
Yeah?
Here, Roberto, could you take us over? Come take it.
Fascinating, Richie, really is.
See what's happened here. The mangroves have just grown over and they're hanging over.
Now the mangroves are actually going to give you a huge amount of stability, right? Because the roots all intertwine.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah. Look at the size of these things. We've been under with diving equipment. It's a veritable jungle of roots underneath.
But they're all staying up, so you can still move.
It's not touched at all. It's totally free. It's not attached to anything.
How deep is this area we're sitting in right
3
now?
or 4 meters.
Yeah.
Now see what we've done here. See this mangrove here? That is actually one of the branches from this. This is all new. The island only went to here about 3 weeks ago, so we've just put this bit in. We bend up the mangroves here. We're making an arch, tying them together. They're all going to weave in together and grow together. And then we leave 1 or 2 coming through. So the next time we spin right round,
so you can do it again.
that one's coming up, and then you can do it again. Right. So now what we do is here to extend this, we lay the bags of bottles on, tie them into these low ones.
Yeah.
And then we bend that one up and tie that there. Lay a plywood board over here.
And then they're going to grow and reinforce
Yeah.
and make it stronger.
And then it grows up that way, and you've got a pathway here. Each time the spiral comes round, we're going to make it wider. So it's like an exponential spiral, like one of those shells, you know, where it goes like that. So another 3 times round, and you have like a 10-meter beach, and that breaks all the waves, you see.
Yeah.
And you put a nice solid edge on it, and you let the beach go into the water. So you can imagine the island is bigger now, and we're further out, right out there. That could be 3 meters or 4 meters.
Of a big beach.
That would be half a meter into the water or a meter into the water. So when the waves come, they're only moving the sand here. This doesn't really move. So you're not losing sand, and then you have like a wall here, you know, going down, but with a nice depth of sand, you know.
So when you get it so big, you start again?
I think probably we'll reach an optimum size, and then you can just start another one and have colonies. One protects the other, you know. Like the little baby there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you get the bottles?
From all over. We've only got a very small portion of the bottles that are coming out.
How many bottles are under here? Did you have an estimate?
I would know exactly, but it's got to be between 100,000 and 200,000 maybe. It could be 250,000, could be 250,000.
Wow.
Are you English?
Because we keep rolling more bags under to support the weight. But it actually is probably only about 1.5 meters of depth, but they compress up.
Oh yeah, they're going to
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I'm from North England,
England. I thought you had a little bit of Scotch, so I thought maybe North England.
So did you come here to do that, or were you here and
Well, I
then
had
decide?
I had that idea in the back of my mind. I drew a drawing years ago of this island floating on the ocean with the spiral garden, and more or less as you see it forming now. But I didn't know how I could ever start something like that, really. But when I got to Mexico, I met a guy who was studying the Mayan calendar and all that sort of thing, and he was right into like spirals and stuff, and he said the spiral and the eye shape is actually part of the Mayan language.
Right, because
and he showed me this spiral handshake, look.
Oh.
You see, spirals are the most basic form of the universe. Spiral DNA, spiral galaxies,
galaxy.
outer,
Strange.
inner.
Right.
And then the middle, in the world here, the oldest life forms that we have as fossils were the ammonite shells, spirals. So it's the basic formation of creation. You know, it can just be ever-growing circle, and so that's why this is happening like that as well. So it's like an organic spaceship. What's happening here?
Unbelievable.
And
So
with all the trash that
incredible.
we've got on the planet, and all the population explosions, and the problems over land and stuff. These are great for some places like in third world countries where people are really, you know, living on the edge of rivers and stuff and bathing in the rivers. The rivers are full of nutrients, which isn't so good for washing or anything. But for an island like
Great for
this,
growth
it would
and-
grow and it would clean the river. You could have a big
mangroves
winter
do that.
river like the
They clean
Ganges
it.
or anything like one of those rivers, you know, like down in South America and those places, where there's just trash floating down the river because of the floods and stuff. When you get a flash flood, all the
Brings
bottles
everything,
come
yeah.
down. Well, that's where they wash up on the beach here, because they come out of the rivers from all the little villages up and down the rivers. Now, if there was islands in different places down the river, you've got horizontal turbines. You can create horizontal turbines.
Just turn it around.
Yeah, because there's always an eddy near the side, so if you have an island there anchored by a nice strong central anchor, the outside of the current is just going to push it in a circle all the time. From that you've got perfect energy from that without wave power. And then you're collecting all the trash coming down the river just traps in the roots. You don't even need to do anything, it'll just keep
Right,
growing.
and the mangroves clean
They don't
everything
come out.
and filter and
Because you know, like what Einstein said, matter attracts matter. The bigger you get the island, the more it actually attracts things. It's got a magnetic attraction. Bottles will actually want to come in.
You know, when
Just add to
Roberto,
the
It grows
density.
itself, yeah.
you know, when Roberto told us about this, his drawing didn't quite.
No, this is.
Let me show you the whole.
The
Let me show
drawing
you the old
actually was
photo.
pretty funny, and we just said, "You're kidding, right?
Yeah,
I know you're
this- yeah,
joking. You're joking
yeah,
because
this is
whatever you're drawing really
magnificent.
doesn't." Yeah.
he's like, yes, come on, I'll show you.
See the first very beginning of the island.
How fascinating, huh?
Unbelievable.
How fascinating.
This is better than those others.
Oh yeah.
Chubby, our friend Chris is gonna, he's gonna come here. I know he will. Because Chris, I think this is what you're looking for, maybe.
So you can see how much has happened in the last 2 years. This is only that's 2 years ago.
Wow.
The island is 4 years
That's 2
old
years ago.
approximately. This is 4 years ago.
Wow.
Well, okay, let's take it for, let's say a bit less than 4 years ago. That was after about 6 or 7 months actually. You know. So
Okay,
then
so it's
about maybe 2 years old. Yeah, about 2.
You're just tripping out. I just can't.